The air in our kitchen felt wrong, like the moment before a storm breaks. My wife, Claire, stood at the counter, her back to me, chopping onions with a rhythm that was too slow, too deliberate. The knife's thwack against the cutting board echoed in the silence, each slice a heartbeat louder than the last. "You know that guy from the gym?" she said, her voice low, almost swallowed by the hum of the refrigerator. "We need to talk about him." My stomach lurched, a cold fist twisting inside. I set my coffee mug down, the ceramic clinking too loudly against the granite. "What about him?" I asked, my tone tighter than I meant it to be. Claire didn't turn around. Her shoulders stiffened, and the knife paused midair, glinting under the fluorescent light. I'd seen her with him, Ryan, the guy with the easy smile and the kind of confidence that filled a room. They'd been friendly at the gym, laughing over water bottles, their heads bent close. I'd told myself it was nothing, just her being her warm, open self. But now, the memory of those moments felt like shards of glass in my mind, cutting deeper with every second she didn't speak. "Claire," I said, my voice cracking. "What's going on?" She set the knife down, her fingers trembling just enough for me to notice. When she finally faced me, her eyes were wet, but her jaw was set, like she was bracing for a fight. "I didn't mean for it to happen," she whispered. The words hit like a punch, stealing my breath. I wanted to ask what she meant, but I already knew. The truth was there in the way her gaze flickered away, in the way her hands gripped the edge of the counter like it was the only thing keeping her upright. I leaned back in my chair, the wood creaking under my weight. My mind raced, replaying every late-night gym session, every time she'd come home flushed and distracted, her phone buzzing on the counter while she avoided my eyes. I'd rationalized it all. Her new fitness obsession, the longer hours, the way she'd started locking her phone. I told myself it was stress, or maybe midlife creeping in. But now those excuses crumbled like ash. "How long?" I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. She swallowed hard, her throat bobbing. "A few months," she said, and the admission felt like a blade twisting in my chest. It wasn't planned, Mark. It just happened." Her voice broke, and for a moment, I saw the Claire I loved, the one who'd cried with me at my father's funeral, who'd danced with me in this very kitchen to some terrible 80s song. But that Claire felt like a ghost now, slipping away. "It just happened," I echoed, my anger rising like bile. "What does that even mean, Claire? You tripped and fell into his bed." She flinched, and I hated myself for the venom in my voice, but I couldn't stop. The betrayal was a living thing, clawing at my insides. I stood, pacing the small kitchen, the linoleum cold under my bare feet. The room smelled of onions and regret, and I could hear the neighbor's dog barking faintly outside, a sound so normal it felt obscene. "I didn't mean to hurt you," she said, her voice small. "Ryan, he listened, Mark. He saw me. You've been so distant, always working, always in your head. I felt invisible." Her words stung, not because they were lies, but because they weren't. I'd been buried in deadlines, in my own stress, assuming she'd always be there, steady as the tide. But that didn't excuse this, did it? I stopped pacing, my hands gripping the back of a chair. "So what now?" I asked, my voice raw. "You love him." The question hung in the air, heavy and sharp. Claire's eyes widened, and for a moment, I thought she'd say no, that this was a mistake, a fleeting lapse. But she didn't answer right away, and that silence was louder than any confession. "I don't know," she said finally, tears spilling down her cheeks. "I love you, Mark. I do. But I feel something for him, too. I'm so confused." Her honesty was a knife, slicing through the last threads of my denial. I wanted to scream, to shake her, to demand she take it back. But I also wanted to hold her, to fix this, to rewind time to when we were us. The kitchen clock ticked, each second a hammer against my skull. I thought of Ryan's smug grin, the way he'd clapped me on the shoulder at the gym last week, saying, "You're a lucky guy, Mark." The memory burned now, a taunt I'd been too blind to see. Had he been laughing at me? Had they both? My hands shook, and I shoved them into my pockets, afraid of what I might do if I let them loose. "Mark," Claire said, stepping closer, her hand reaching for me. I flinched, and she stopped, her arm falling limp. "I want to fix this," she said. I'll end it with him. I'll do whatever it takes. Her voice was desperate, but I couldn't tell if it was for me or for the life we'd built, the one now teetering on the edge of collapse. I looked at her, really looked, and saw the woman I'd married, flawed, human, and so achingly familiar. But I also saw the stranger who'd let another man into her heart. Could I forgive her? Could I live with the ghost of her betrayal, haunting every touch, every quiet moment? My chest ached with love and rage, tangled so tightly I couldn't breathe. I need time, I said finally, my voice hollow. I don't know what this means for us. I turned toward the door, my bare feet silent on the floor. As I stepped outside, the cold night air hit me like a slap, and I heard her sob behind me. I kept walking, the streetlights blurring through tears I hadn't realized I was shedding. Then my phone buzzed in my pocket. A text from an unknown number. Meet me at the gym. We need to talk about Claire. My heart stopped. It was Ryan. The world tilted, and I knew, with a sickening certainty, that whatever came next would break us for good.